If you believe that this last year was not everything that you want it to be, just know it's your fault. Did y'all hear me? I said, if you don't believe that this last year wasn't everything that you wanted it to be, it's because you didn't want it to be better. You did not want to put the work forward. You did not want to put the effort forward into making the year as profitable and as amazing as it could have been. Why? You have to ask yourself, why didn't you believe in yourself? And I feel like that could be one of the toughest questions we have to ask ourselves. Why don't we believe in ourselves as much as we believe in other people? Why do we make these goals? Why do we make these dreams? Why do we make these ideals for what we're going to do? And they're so grandiose, but we never come through on them. If you are not where you imagine you should have been in the past year, it's because you set expectations that were too low. Don't be mad at me, be mad at yourself. But the truth is, I'm looking back at this past year and grateful. I'm grateful for the fact that I had an opportunity to accomplish goals that I had had for a long time. I'm happy for the fact that I pushed myself to do something that I really didn't think that I could do. And this is just me looking back at the year in retrospect, coming onto a solar return. It makes you think, it makes you look back, it makes you recalculate everything. And I realized there were so many opportunities that I could have failed myself and I didn't. And for that, I'm so grateful. There's so many times that I could have allowed myself to take the easy route, um, to not push myself to conform. And I chose to go through the path that was going to cause the most resistance. And I've always been that kind of cat. And I love being that kind of cat. You know, I enjoy being the person who is consistently growing and consistently going out of his way to be the best version of himself. But the truth is it's very difficult to do it. There was points in this year where I doubted myself. There was points in this year where I thought that I should just give up and all my goals, my ideas were just too big. And I'm sure some of you guys have gotten to that point too, where you thought, I just need to dial it back. And so what I did is I did dial it back. I told myself, well, let's calm it down. Let's do something smaller. Let's not expect so much greatness from ourselves. If you guys are understanding that the universe is tapping into you and trying to get you to change your personality and it's difficult for you, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video. We are on the path of being the most resistance to the things that are in our way. And it's a hard, hard journey. But I want to tell you guys, I know a lot of you guys are going through this path and it's very daunting. It gets to the point to where you start questioning if what you're doing is right. You start thinking poorly of yourself. You start thinking that you're not good enough. And I want you guys to realize that is a normal thing. Okay? If you are pushing yourself to redlining, like in a car, sometimes things go wrong. It doesn't mean that the car is messed up. It means that sometimes you have to upgrade certain parts to make it be able to do that. It's not supposed to do that stock. Okay. So sometimes when you guys are doing something that is an ex, an extensive workload or something that is considered extra performance and upgraded performance, it's going to require you to upgrade what you're doing. Okay. And I know a lot of you guys have gotten to the point to where you start doubting yourself and it starts making you not like yourself. I know that certain times in my life, it hasn't happened recently, but there were certain times in my life where I was really doubting myself and I was looking down on myself and I was consistently questioning myself and doubting just who I was and what I was doing. And I wanted to get on today to tell you guys it happens, but do not allow that to overtake your journey. Okay. That journey that you're on is a beautiful journey, and it's helping you to be the best person for the people that you're going to meet and be the best person for everything that's going on. What's up? Thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all like the video. And when you're going through those tough times, it honestly helps you to be a beacon for people who are going through tough times. When you have people who have gone through times of doubting themselves and wondering if they're worthy of what they've tried to manifest and what they've tried to put forward, it allows them to say, you know what, it's possible. And I want you guys to understand, because there were so many times, so many days in my life where I felt just beaten. And it can make you think, you know what, I want too much and I'm doing too much. And the truth is you're not. The truth is you're in a place right now where you are growing a story. And sometimes your story is what helps other people see that greatness, okay? And it may not be you eventually being great. Maybe you're just supposed to be good. You know, everybody's not meant to be great, right? And I feel like being okay with the fact that you're not going to be great is okay. Hello, thank you for being here, Logan. What's up? And sometimes you just have to understand in life, you have to play your part. You have to play your role. And when you don't play that part, it makes it difficult for other people to see themselves in your story. Okay? Hey, what's up, William? What's up? It's great to see you here. And so, if y'all are going through a depressive state, or if y'all are going through a time where you're doubting yourself, doubting your dreams, doubting what you wished for your life, just know it is not supposed to be an end goal. You are not at the destination, okay? You are on the journey. And in the journey, you go through this horrible time, okay? But do not allow that to be your story, okay? You guys have to allow the greatness to come from the misery. And I know that doesn't sound fun. It's not what anybody wants to hear, but very introspective, good sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Down with the system. Thank you so much. Um, it's very tough to be that real with yourself and to understand that sometimes you have to do more. And a lot of times we feel like we've done as much as we can, right? And I feel like I would argue that you're not doing as much as you can. You've done as much as you're comfortable doing. Okay. And do you think that you would feel like you deserve what you're asking for if you just did what you were comfortable doing? Or do you feel like you would have to push yourself a little harder, do a little bit more than you expected? I feel like if all of us knew how close we were to achieving the next stage. I'm not saying you're there to achieving your goal. I'm saying you're close to achieving the next stage in your story. If you knew how close you were, I don't think you would be so quick to give up. I don't think you would be so quick to say, you know what, this is too hard, this is too tough. We need to go out of our way to be like AI and not allow anything to stop us. We find a, a, a dead end and we find an obstacle, a way to get around it. That's our job just as humans. That's why we have survived for so long. When you see an obstacle that tells you you're not good enough, when you see an obstacle that tells you that you should stop, you should give up on your life, that is not what you're supposed to lean into. You're supposed to lean into the fact that that is a, a question that somebody else is going to be asking you in the future. And it's asking you, are you prepared to help somebody who's in that space? What are you going to say to somebody who wants to be just like you when you get to that place that you want to be at? What are you going to say to the person who wants to be just like you when they say, oh, I've been going through a hard time and I've been thinking about, suicidal thoughts, or I've been thinking about I'm not good enough? Are you going to tell them, I can't help you, I've never thought of that? Are you going to tell them something real? Tell them something to where they can actually see your journey and say, you know what? I appreciate that. And it's something that I can do to actually be a better person. And I feel like in today's day and age, there's so many reasons that we get down on ourselves. Where am I from? I was born in New York, but raised in Texas. So many reasons that we get down on ourselves. And it's not just because of us, it's because society, it's the way that people talk to us, it's the way that people expect certain things from you. And I think when we start expecting so much because other people say, it gives us unrealistic uh, wants, right? And it's very necessary for you to tap back into yourself and say, what was it that I was on this journey for? That's one thing that I kept thinking about this year as I was going through trying to get to 500 subscribers. And it was such a big deal for me. I want to get to 500 subscribers. And I'm so blessed to have 500 subscribers. But once I got to 300 subscribers, I realized, wow, there's so much more I want. I remember I always told myself I wanted to perform at the House of Blues. And once I performed at the House of Blues, I was like, wow, it could be better. Uh, and then I got to the point to where I was like, I don't want to really perform. I want to create music to where I can pick and choose where I perform. I don't want to just have to perform in order for people to get to know me. It just became daunting having to go to all these different shows. And I was always one of those artists who got great live reviews, and everybody was always asking, "Where's your music? Where's your music?" And I would never have music. I would always just have stuff that was live, you know. And I feel like it really hurt my ability for people to follow me and support me. And that was one thing I started working on this year, is making sure that in all aspects of my life, I started doing more things to allow people who wanted to support me to find me. And that's a big reason why I started being so consistent on YouTube. That's a big reason why I started working with a band and started recording myself more and started doing videography. There's so many reasons why I was like, I need to upgrade what I'm doing so that I can be better. And in the process of me trying to do all these things, I realized certain people don't really want to be on the journey with you. Certain people want to go along on the journey with you as long as it serves them. And then once they're tired, they're going to get off the journey. That doesn't mean that your journey is wrong. It just means you took the wrong people with you. So be aware of the fact that in life it's tough. In life, there's so many people who are going to come across what you're doing and say, that looks cool, but they're not really going to support how you would expect them to support, or how you would support, excuse me, how you would support somebody. And I think it's just really important for us to be consistent with what makes us comfortable. Okay. And I know sometimes you're like, don't be comfortable. You have to push yourself. But when it comes to your psyche, you have to do what you are able to do. You cannot push yourself too far. Because if you do that, you're going to get to this point where you're going to hit a wall. And like going live, I hit a wall where people were being negative. They were saying negative things all the time. And it was tough for me, just listening to people say negative things when I was trying to be positive. And what I realized is these are people who have not gone through the full cycle of realizing that they could be better and then working on being better. When you first start the cycle of realizing that there's a problem, you start lashing out at people. And when you start lashing out at people, you're not able to help anything. You're only able to point out the problem. And or the problem as you see it. The truth is you don't have enough wisdom to know what the real problem is. You just see problems everywhere. So I learned just by living life that once you get past that, you start learning how to solve problems. And when you can learn how to solve your problems and other people's problems, you become a very valuable person. You become a person who is sought after from other people. And when you can do that, people start trying to take advantage of you. And when these people start taking advantage of you, you start wondering what's wrong with you. And the truth is, there's nothing wrong with you. You are just so willing to help other people that you don't realize your value. And so you have to tell yourself, I'm no longer the person who didn't know or doesn't know and isn't able to help somebody. I'm now maybe not an expert, but I am a professional at doing what I'm doing. And once you can do that, you can actually get your value back. Um, and I feel like that's so important. I was working with somebody a while back, and they were asking, so how much do you want to get paid? And I was like, and then they were like, no, no, no. Every time you ask me how much I want to get paid, I always give you a number. So you got to give me a number. I was like, all right, that's a bet. I gave him a number. And then after that, another guy who was working with us, he asked him, what do you want? He was like, I don't know, man. You take care of me. And he was like, man, you got to come up with a number. You don't never have a number. And the truth is, a lot of us don't come up with our value. A lot of people, we don't know how valuable we are because we've allowed other people to tell us our value for so long. We have allowed other people to say, this is what you're worth, and this is how much your time is worth, and this is what I'm willing to pay you, or this is what I'm willing to give you in exchange. And the truth is, that's not your value. That is what you have accepted as your value. Your value is only determined by the max somebody is willing to pay for you. And we have been accepting the minimum for so long because we didn't want to ruffle feathers. In this season, it's time to ruffle feathers. It's time to unhinge people from the idea that you are there to help them. It's time to unhinge people from the idea that you're a nice guy, a nice girl, and that you want to make sure everybody's happy. Because do they want to make you happy? If not, then you have to reconsider everything that you're doing. You have to reconsider why it is that you're so willing to help people who are not willing to help you. Why it is that you want to be the nice guy when everybody is content with you being the nice guy and allowing you to suffer. Do not allow other people to make you force yourself to be their savior when they're going to use that as a stepping stool to tell you why you're not valuable enough. People will tell you, they'll neg you. Y'all know what negging is. Somebody, they want to get closer to you and they don't really know how to tell you how valuable you are. So what they'll try to do is knock you down, say negative comments to you in order to make you feel like what they're giving you is worthwhile. The truth is, once you realize what they're doing, it's your job to change how you respond to it. Hey, what's up? How are you? It's so great to see you, man. Thank you for being here. I'm great, man. I'm just doing a year recap. Tomorrow is my birthday, or today is my annual revolution around the sun. And it's just time to, do a reflection of the year, right? Is this the guitar cool room? Yes, this is the guitar cool room. That is so funny. But yeah, so today, I thought your birthday was yesterday. No, 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 no. My birthday is tomorrow. Hi, my name is Iggy Koopa. Hello, how you doing? It's nice that you're here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so it's on the 12th. So where you're at, it might be the 12th, but no, it's not the 12th here. Hold on, you guys. I have a phone call. Hold on. I'm back. Thank you guys for waiting. No, it didn't end. I didn't. I didn't end the stream. My bad. I just had to take that phone call. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about how important it is for us all to understand our value. So many people will allow you to think that you're not as valuable as you are because they're getting so much value out of you. So be aware of that. Be aware of who you are, your value, and how the world is a better place with you in it. How sometimes we all go through times where we're tough on ourselves, where we want more for ourselves, where we feel like we deserve better. And the truth is, you probably do deserve better. But are you going to mandate that it's necessary for you to be in part somebody's life? that they have to treat you better? Or are you going to settle with what they've been giving you? Because it's easy to settle with what you've been given, because people don't complain. People will be happy giving you the substandard thing that you've asked for. And once you start demanding greatness, um, and start seeing the greatness in you, blessings will start flowing. Okay? So I want you guys to go out of your way to do some serious reflection into why it is that you've gotten into the dark times, into the dark thoughts that you've had, and allow this to be a message that in the process of your journey, there's going to be dark times. There's going to be dark thoughts. There's going to be times where you regret even starting the journey. I want you guys to be open and optimistic to the fact that all of it's necessary. Have you guys ever seen like an anime or a TV series? A lot of times you see negative things happen, and the truth is those negative things make the show better. They make the story better. Have you ever read a great book like Moby Dick? It's a great story because bad things happen. It's not always a happy ending, okay? But your job is to make sure that each sentence is a great sentence to read in your story. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that everything is going to go perfect. It just means that you work as hard as you can to make it as interesting and as amazing as it can be. Okay? So, I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for the whole 2025, 2026 to this point. It has been absolutely beautiful. Uh, I'm so inspired by you guys just being here. And I hope that this next year I can continue to inspire you guys, uplift you, and you guys can go with me on this journey as I am creating my film and putting out music and doing more videography and just growing into a person that I've always wanted to be. I hope you guys are growing into a person that you want to be, because if not, we're going to separate, right? Because that's how it goes, man. If we're on two different paths, eventually we're going to diverge. So I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be blessed. I want you to go out of your way to make yourself happy. Because if you don't make yourself happy, nobody else is going to, right? Okay. So that being said, let's pray and then we can get out of here. All right. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the blessings. Thank you for the opportunities that we had. Thank you for the time that we've had together. Thank you for this past solar year. Thank you for giving us the willpower to be better and to be the best versions of ourselves, not allowing ourselves to be down on ourselves or on other people because where we're coming from. Please consistently give us the energy to be better, to be the best, and we appreciate the energy that you put into us and give us every day. Uh, we ask that we have another extremely productive year where we can be the best versions of ourselves. In your name, we pray. Amen. Okay. I think I have not been caring and stealing, and stalling in my life because I am still stuck on my friend that left me. She changed my life for the better, and I feel like my life is very quiet without her. Dang. Thank you for your prayers, man. Seriously. No problem. My pleasure, bro. I love that comment because I think we've all had people in our lives who have left us, right? Whether it's through death, I've had a lot of friends pass away, and I've had a lot of friends where they just move away, and you just feel a void. And you know what I have started doing whenever I have somebody who passes away or they leave? In order to remember that person and to have them be with me for the rest of my life, I choose one thing from that person, you know? This is a person who you spent a lot of time with. This is a person who you admired and y'all's friendship, your kinship was amazing. So if they're gone, if they're not there anymore, I feel like it's appropriate to take one attribute that they had, one thing, and incorporate that into your life. Whether it was a routine thing or whether it was a conversational thing or whether it was something that they would just do um, as a habit. If it's a positive thing, try not to take anything that's negative. But I would like to take those things and incorporate it into my life. And that way I feel like that friend lived on. I feel like their attributes stayed with me for the rest of my life. And it made me a better, well-rounded person. I would not take something that I was already good at. I would always take something that I admired about my friend. Um, so I remember I had one friend who was she is still alive, but I will strive to do that. Awesome. I'm so happy she's alive, and I'm so happy that you're open to the idea. I had one friend who passed away, and he had one of those laughs, like people would talk to him, and they weren't necessarily the people that he wanted to talk to the most, but he would be so kind, and he would try to make them the main character. And I started striving to do that, making sure that I allowed the people who I was talking to feel important, not because they're the person who I wanted to see the most in the world, but because I'm grateful for them. And that was just a beautiful thing that I learned from him. And I'm so grateful for that to this day. Just understanding the value in a conversation and a friendship and kinship. And that was just amazing. She was really kind and always honest, even if it hurt. Hey, that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing, man. It's so rare to have people like that nowadays. So many people are so worried about what other people have to say and losing friendship and other people being upset. So I know from experience, being honest is not the best thing you can do. A lot of people get mad about your honesty, but honesty is my favorite thing. Honesty is my sugar. So I love giving it to people raw. That doesn't count out right. That's not how you're supposed to say that. I love giving all the facts to people and letting them do with it what they may. Right? I think want to be honest like that. Yes, being honest is literally one of the coolest things that you can do because by you being open and honest, it's also allowing other people to see who you are without you putting up a guard. And then when you can do that, then those people will start seeing who you really are. And it starts helping you cut out the BS in your life. People who are BS, situations that are BS, and conversations that are BS. And so when you can do that, I think you really step into adulting. So being honest, if you guys learn anything from me, it's please just be honest with people, even if it's hurtful. Try to find a way to where you can be honest and not hurt them. But if you have to hurt their feelings, start off with hurting their feelings and then eventually get better and try to smooth that rock into something nice, smooth and polished. But honesty is not the best policy. It's the easiest way for you to become the person that you want to be because you'll start faking it for so long to where you forget who you really are and what you really like because you're so scared about upsetting other people. So don't allow yourself to be a yes man. Don't allow yourself to be a yes woman. Don't allow yourself to lie so much to make people happy to where you forget what it is that you really like to begin with. Don't allow yourself to be the person that everybody's like, oh, he's such a nice guy. Don't be a nice guy. Don't be a nice guy. You know why nice guys finish last? When they say finish last, they don't mean it like that kind of race. They mean it like in the progression of being the person that you want to be in life, in the progression of being the ultimate version of yourself. Guess who's going to finish last? The person who's trying to be nice to everybody the whole time. The person who's always trying to get friends and be the nice. Hey guys, don't you want to be my friend? Hey, you're going to be the last person to getting where you want to be in life. You're going to be the last person achieving all your goals and ambitions because you are going to lose yourself so many times finding other people and other battles to fight and other things that supposedly matter. Don't be so nice. Practice being ruthless with what you're trying to get across, because there's some people who are absolutely diabolical. And they're diabolical not with helping people. They're diabolical about ruining other people's dreams, like yours, because you're a nice guy and it's easy to take advantage of you. Or not you specifically, I'm just saying. But they're people who see people who are nice, people who are willing to go out their way and who are optimistic, and they say, that's my target. Because you're so easy to take advantage of, you're so easy to manipulate. It's fun for me. It is a pleasure for me to knock you off your high horse because I can't do what you're doing. If I tried to be as open and optimistic and as willing as you are, as honest as you are, I would lose everything that I've built, because I've built a castle of lies, deception, and willingness to do things that I don't really want to do. So be yourself. Don't be so nice, and allow yourself to lose a couple friends. You'll probably end up losing a couple foes, not friends. Just FYI. Okay? So don't be scared. Allow yourself to be the best version of yourself and shine your light in the darkest places. Okay? Those places aren't the places you want to shine it all the time. Just being honest. Sometimes you have to shine them in the places where you're not really prepared to shine it. Okay? But just know, when you shine that light, it's going to be a beautiful day. Somebody's going to be blessed. All right? So allow yourself to be a blessing for somebody. Okay? Not everybody, for somebody. Use your empathy and use your compassion, use your best judgment, use your intuition to find out who deserves your best. Because everybody doesn't deserve it. I used to say, shine your light, shine it all day, shine it to everybody, let everybody see. The truth is, people are consistently trying to steal your light. They're trying to put your light out. You'll find all kinds of people who will find you shining your light, and they'll say, I want that. Why is he shining his light? No, that light's too bright. You can't shine that light here. And those people will make it to where you're terrified of shining that light. And when you start being terrified of shining that light, you become easy to manipulate. So be careful with that light, because the truth is, everybody doesn't have a light. It's a very little light sometimes. Sometimes it's just a spark, it's just a glimmer. And if you put it out in the wrong places, they'll see that light and say, oh, I remember what that is. I lost mine a long time ago. And they'll steal it. So protect your light, but shine it where you know it needs to be shown. Shine it in the places where people can see your authentic self. Okay? Shine it when you're being honest. Okay? Shine it when you're hurting people's feelings who need to have their feelings hurt. Shine it when you're helping the people who can't help themselves. Okay? I appreciate you guys. I love y'all for being here. I love y'all for just being on this journey with me. It's been beautiful. It's been real. It's been real fun. And I'm excited for this new year. Love it is. Yes. All right. So until I see you guys next time, I might go live tomorrow. Like I said, it's my birthday. So y'all might see me again. We love you, Troy. Hey, I love you too. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being so open and optimistic and just growing with me. It means a lot. I appreciate y'all. All right. Shine, 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 shine. Shine your light. Shine it in the dark. All right, y'all be safe. Shine your light. And stop being so nice to everybody. All right. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Stay out of trouble. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on my annual solar revolution. Today, we're going into a retrograde, or some people call it retro shade, in Mercury. So go over some things, recalculate, and progress. Progression is the way to enlightenment, right? So keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Love y'all. Be safe. I'll see you soon.